What's going on, everybody? Sal Capaccio here. It is time for the Thursday Night Football watch party. We have Broncos and Chargers tonight. Glad to be along with you here tonight. Love it. Love the watch party coming back for you here. Thank you very much for tuning in. We are live on X, on YouTube, and, of course, on Facebook as well. We got a lot to get to tonight. We got Denver Broncos at LA Chargers, and this is going to be very impactful for the AFC playoff seedings and really kind of maybe even determine who gets into the playoffs. At this point, I think you're looking at the Broncos and Chargers both getting in, but you got Broncos, Chargers, Colts, Dolphins, Bengals. They're all still in the mix. Those are the 5 teams for 2 spots. I think you're going to get these 2 teams we're going to see tonight, but we're going to watch them play tonight. We'll see where it goes. Now, obviously, as far as the Bills are concerned, this is a pretty impactful, this game tonight, starting with that. And of course, the next couple of weeks, because we're going to find out who the Bills are going to play in the first round. And even if the Bills can get the 1 seed, which is still, possible, they get the 2 seed, they're going to play the 7. While the loser of this game, the loser tonight, very much could be the 7 seed. So as you're watching tonight's game, just remember that the loser of this game could very well be who's going to be the Bills' opponent in round number 1. All right, so we'll talk about that. We'll keep you updated on what's going on. Broncos at Chargers here on the watch party tonight. We have 2 very special guests. We have a former Bill offensive lineman, John Fina, going to join us here at the program very momentarily. And then right after John, we're going to have current Buffalo Bills defensive end and proud Syracuse Orange man, Kingsley Jonathan. I say that because they're just the Orange now, but we call them Orange men if we went to Syracuse. They're having a great season as well, but Kingsley, he obviously has been with the Bills, both on the active roster and the practice squad for the last several years. Syracuse doing great. We're going to talk about it all with him when he comes aboard. Before we do anything, though, we got to get to our sponsors and thank them very much. Look, it is the holiday season. It's Christmas. Merry Christmas, everybody. Should I say Santa Sal or Santa Claus? I'm not really sure which one fits better here, but either way, Merry Christmas to you. Thank you so much to Sports City Pizza Pub, 1407 Niagara Street. That's where you got to go this weekend. All right, check this out. I'm going to throw this up there. Colin, let's show everybody what's going on at Sports City Pizza Pub this Saturday. They have an ugly sweater Christmas party. That is Saturday at 6 o'clock. All right, 1407 Niagara Street. $10 get you discounted drinks, a raffle for the grand prize, sportscitypizzapub.com. You can go check them out right now. Just show up, 1407 Niagara Street, wings, great pizza, great drinks. It's an amazing spot to watch all the games. I've been with them for a long time. Come on down. I think I'm going to be there Saturday. You can come on down. You can watch games. We got college football. We got NFL going on all day Saturday. It's going to be fantastic. So thank you very much to Sports City Pizza Pub. Of course, thank you very much to Buffalo Logo. Now, check this out. We have 3 Buffalo Logo designs that they put out over the last couple of weeks since the Bills have won the AFC East for the 5th time. Check this out. This is at Buffalo Logo and buffalogo.com. The 5-Pete, all right? The 5-Pete. That's one design that you can buy at buffalogo.com. Free shipping is available, as you see right there. Check out the next one, all right? That's another design. That's actually a shirt, what it looks like on the shirt there, okay? That's the 5-Pete design on the shirt at buffalogo.com, and there's the shirt hanging up. So check all that out, buffalogo.com. Who doesn't want a 5-Pete T-shirt, sweatshirt, whatever it is? Buffalogo and buffalogo.com. And then, of course, TSE and TSE Buffalo. Now, they're going to be a big part of what we're doing tonight. We have a big giveaway tonight, but first, let me tell you about the Josh Allen private autograph signing. Now, the way this works is you go to tsebuffalo.com. You can buy a ticket to basically have an item autographed. You're not going to go and see Josh. You can bring the item in. He will autograph that for you, and then you'll get it back from TSE Buffalo. Or you can just show up and bring your item in. But all the information is right there at tsebuffalo.com. It's not just Josh Allen, by the way. All right, they're going to have Marv Levy, Greg Rousseau, all right, Keon Coleman. This is going to be a really, really cool, lots of really cool private autograph signings coming up. Check them out. Plus all of your last minute holiday shopping gifts, including mini helmets like this. Tonight, I am giving away tonight this Keon Coleman. Look at that autographed mini helmet. There it is. Keon Coleman autographed mini helmet. I'm giving this away tonight. The way it's going to work is we're going to ask a trivia question a little bit later. The first person to answer in the comments, the trivia answer, is going to get this Keon Coleman signed mini helmet. All right. And we have to figure out exactly how, I'm going to know it's you and all that, because you have to email me or me email you. We're going to do all that. I have a trivia question a little bit later. The winner gets this Keon Coleman mini helmet from TSE Buffalo, tsebuffalo.com. Folks, they have amazing stuff in this store. You got to go check them out. All right. 3170 Orchard Park Road in Orchard Park. It's about 2 miles from the stadium. We're going to do that in a little while. We're going to bring in Kingsley Jonathan in a little while. But first, let's start it off with former Buffalo Bills offensive tackle John Fina, who's now also a member of the media and doing this kind of thing. He's podcasting, he's watching football, and he still supports the Buffalo Bills. Merry Christmas to you, brother. I love it. You are already ready for the Sports City Pizza Pub ugly sweater party.
This is not an ugly sweater. I mean, this is top notch right here.
Yeah,
I'm not trying to run out with a St. Sal Nick hat, looking like a scruffy guy that takes care of the reindeer in the paddock. All right, this is high end. You got to see the logo too.
Yeah, I love that.
I mean, this is how deer make more deer. In case you didn't know.
I love that for sure. Tell me about your Christmas. What's Christmas like around the Fina household?
Well, we typically host. My sister comes down from Phoenix with her boyfriend. My father comes around, nieces, nephews. Generally, my sister and I do all the cooking, unless my brother's in from New York. He's a fantastic cook. We have a couple of traditional meals that we do. We don't do the Feast of the Seven Fishes. We do sausage and peppers on Christmas Eve. And then typically like a lasagna and a standing rib roast on Christmas. But, the morning, it's just the family, and we relax most of the day, watch football, watch whatever, just hang out. And then we get together on Christmas night and just have a good time, just catch up. We start every meal with a prayer and, a little bit like Thanksgiving, talk about what you're thankful for. And, it's a nice time of year, man.
I love that. I want to make sure everybody knows if you want to win the mini helmet, you have to be watching on either YouTube or Facebook. You cannot comment on X. Unfortunately, just with the platform here that we use, it doesn't work that way. So you got to go to Sal Sports on YouTube or Sal Sports on Facebook. Watch the show there. You have plenty of time to go there. That's where you can comment and you can win the mini helmet a little bit later. John Fina joining us here, former first-round pick of the Buffalo Bills. I mean, you come to the Bills in 1992, your first-round pick, 90. 91, they'd already gone to 2 Super Bowls. What was it like for a young guy walking into that locker room with Jim Kelly, Thurman Thomas, Andre Reed, Cornelius Bennett, Bruce Smith, and all those guys who had just been to 2 Super Bowls already?
Not gonna lie, Sal, I was a little slack-jawed. I was like, holy cow, I'm in the presence of legends, and that feeling only subsided a little bit. Every day you knew you were playing with some of the greatest players that'll ever play the game. It was nice to be drafted by the Bills and not be put into a position where I had to be a contributor or a starter right out of the gate. I got a chance to learn football, learn how to be a pro. Guys like Pete Metzelaars and Steve Tasker, they were really great mentors to me, just, getting your footing. I mean, it was my first time living away from home, and it was a really nice group of guys and a great locker room to be a part of.
I'm assuming you're watching the game tonight where you are. Can you see the game where you are right now?
I can. I just saw a punt by the awful uniform team.
That would be the awful uniform. You don't like those Chargers uniforms?
God,
what's up with you?
It looks like they got dressed at a clown circus or something. Like,
oh my God,
we're having a clown conference, and those guys got stuck with leaving with those uniforms.
I actually prefer those over the Broncos. I like the orange and blue. I'm a Syracuse guy, but I don't like the mix that they have here with the orange and blue in the uniforms, to be quite honest with you.
Yeah, well, I mean, when I look at a game like this, and I got to tell you, I'm concerned about playing both these teams in the playoffs. Yeah. I just think they're both really dynamic. You got a quarterback, young rookie who's on a roll. They make a few mistakes, but their defense is amazing. And then you got Herbert, right, with the Chargers, a little bit more seasoned, a team maybe with, I don't know, a little bit more to prove. But they're both really scary to face. And, for me, I can't say who I want to win. So I look at it like a uniform game. Like when I'm watching 2 teams in college and I don't care and I love watching football, I go to who has the better uniforms? I'm going to root for them.
Well, the Chargers and Broncos most likely headed both for the playoffs. We'll see who the Bills wind up playing. It could very well be one of those teams. In the meantime, we're just talking about, your career in Buffalo, and then now post-career, just kind of catch some fans up to kind of what you've been doing. And we see you in the social media space sometimes. We see you in the podcasting space sometimes. Kind of how did you decide? Why did you decide to kind of start doing that, and how's it going for you?
Well, as a day job, I work for a cybersecurity company. It's a
Ooh,
global company. We're the
okay.
fifth biggest cybersecurity company on the planet, multinational, multi-billion-dollar company. I started getting on Twitter because that's where college recruiting is done. So high school kids, it's all on Twitter. And I was like, okay, well, I'm going to have to get familiar with this platform because of my older son, Bruno.
Mhm.
And I started poking around. I start seeing, all these Bills people. So I start following and engaging. And I can't tell you how many people would send me a message and say, is this really you? And I'm like, I think it's me. I don't know. I feel like it's me some days. Some days I don't. Some days I don't feel like it's me. So then Joe Miller, who everybody knows, Overreaction Buffalo, and
Does a great job. Yeah.
Joe sends me like a 17 paragraph DM on Twitter talking about podcasts and this and that. And I'm like, bro, I'm going to break my thumbs if I respond to this. Why don't you just call me? And he's like, really? And I'm like, yeah, man, just call me.
Yeah.
I'm just a regular dude now. So we hit it off about 4 years ago, and we've just been having fun with it. We have a number of shows. Jerry Ostrowski is on our network now. We do shows, Sunday through Thursday night. And Jerry's got a great show. He's coming on after this. Everybody listening, if you just want to put this game on mute, go check out Jerry's show. Go to Overreaction Buffalo on YouTube.
Jerry does a great job too.
Yeah, he does a pregame show. Looking forward to the upcoming opponent. It's a lot of fun. We do a postgame show. And you know what? It's just a good time. It's the team I love. It's a sport I love. And for me, Twitter is like a playground. I like to keep it light and fun and, stay away from politics. And I'm not a big blocker or a muter. I just scroll on by.
I wish I had that. I wish I had that constraint and patience. Sometimes I need it. I try not to let it get to me a little bit every once in a while. It does. Speaking of uniforms, I want to know what's up with this face mask right here. Like what, I mean, you're like the guy, you wore that whole thing, the bar down the middle, the 3-4 bars across. Look at that thing, man. Like you're
Sal,
that
was the freaking that was the face mask back then.
Yeah.
I mean, this is what we wore, and then we moved on to this other helmet, and basically it was similar, except just missing one of the two bars there. But to me, I always thought when I was a kid, like, how can they see through that face mask? I got to tell you, man, all that just disappears in the game. Once the adrenaline starts pumping, you're so focused. You don't see a face mask. Everything that hurt 20 minutes before kickoff, you can't feel anything anymore. I mean, you're just pounding adrenaline. It's crazy.
Well, I might not be able to feel anything on Sunday. Bills and Patriots playing in about 5-degree weather, I think, when it's all said and done. All right, so we're just going to keep everybody up to date here. The Broncos are driving. Nice pass by Bo Nix a little while ago. They have a second down in Chargers territory. Right now, the Broncos and Chargers playing. They have no score yet, but the Broncos are driving inside Chargers territory. John, you I know you're very proud of your family. You were just talking about, what Christmas is like for you guys. You have 4 children. You've alternated boys and girls in your life. Tell us a little bit about your 2 girls, and then we'll talk about your 2 boys.
Yeah, so my oldest, Mimi, just got engaged.
I love
Celebrate. Yeah. 24 years old.
You approve? You like the boyfriend, the husband to be? Okay.
Really like him. And
because when you have when the dad's a professional football player, it's got to be a little intimidating there, John.
Well, he doesn't get it because he's British, so it doesn't mean anything to him. And he's a rugby guy. So me being a football player, he's like, yeah, whatever. I don't even know what that means. And half the time when he's in town, I'm explaining to him how the game works. Talk about exhausting. I mean, I thought the Brits were supposed to be brilliant and smart. I mean, this is like rudimentary football teaching here. So Mimi's a clinical mental health counselor. She got her first job.
Oh, that's what my wife does too. That's awesome.
Yeah, she's great. She's doing terrific. And like I said, engaged. And Bruno is in his first year of graduate school at Duke, starting left tackle. And we're lucky we're getting him home for Christmas because their bowl game is on January 2nd in Florida. So we're gonna.
All right. Well, here, let me show this real quick to everybody. This is Bruno. This is Bruno Fina, and when he committed to Duke. And so you have Roman and Bruno. I'm going to throw Roman up too. Okay, so this is Roman. Looks just like Bruno, of course. That's his brother. Roman is younger, right? Bruno's been there. Bruno was started off where? At UCLA?
Bruno did 4 years at UCLA, graduated, and now he's at Fuqua at Duke. Roman is 18, graduates in May. And I just can't tell you how freaking awesome it is that I'm going to see both those boys, same jersey, same uniform, same field. That experience is going to be incredible. And of course, number 3, not to be forgotten, is my dear, beautiful Stella, who's in college at the University of Arizona. She's doing great. So
you have very unique names for your children.
Yeah, Mimi, Bruno, Stella, and Roman.
Roman and Bruno. Where did you come up with all these names?
Well, I'm a traditional name guy, right? My family, it's Mark, Charles Joseph, David, Philip, James, Matthew, John, Joseph, right? And biblical kind of Catholic stuff. And my wife was like, I ain't doing that. And I was like, all right. So I only had the power of veto. She came up with some names where I was like, there is no way. This is like a beating on the schoolyard type of name. So we settled easily on Mimi. We settled on Bruno pretty quickly. And Stella, I was thinking Sylvia or Vivian, and Roman could have been Ford. He could have been Mason. And my favorite, I want to name him Romeo, but we were worried about teasing.
I'm a traditional, I love Roman names. Speaking of Roman, I like Roman names, and my wife is from Germany, so that's why we came up with Maximilian. That's a traditional Roman name, but it's got, German roots. So that's why we did that for sure. John, what do you think about this year's, Buffalo Bills? And, when you watch from afar, obviously, I know you're invested in the team emotionally. I get that. But just from a football analyst standpoint, when you're watching the things that Josh Allen is doing and how incredible it is.
I think, and look, I don't get too wound up about stuff. I mean, you could see that Stephon Diggs was becoming a problem in more ways than one. But I think the idea that you had to force the ball to him a lot, or he would be dissatisfied, was a real issue with what can the offense become. I think we upgraded immensely with Joe Brady, and I get this feeling that Joe and Josh are doing a lot of creative thinking. They're taking, it's a copycat league, but it's also a copycat league from college ball. So without Stephon Diggs and what appears to be just a great unit across the board, top to bottom, guys that like each other, without the pressure of James Cook has to get, 16 touches and, the ball's got to go to Mac Hollins. No, it's got to go to Khalil Shakir. No, it's got to go to Kincaid. I think you get this wide open canvas, and you're able to approach the game with creativity and just look at where the moments present themselves. And if you think you're onto something good, either by game plan or by happenstance, just continue to exploit it. So I'm really enjoying Josh's, newfound comfort, his newfound approach to Joe Brady's offense, and some of the maturity where he's like, look, I can just protect a punt and throw this ball away. Mm-hmm. Defensively, I get a little bit of anxiety. We've had some injuries. I can't make hide nor hair of the defense half the time, but by and large, I mean, look, we're 11-3, right? Yeah. So we're doing something right on that side of the ball too. I think Bobby Babich is doing a hell of a job.
You have a holiday party to go to tonight? Whose party is this?
Oh man, a guy that I've known for like 25 years, lives down the street. It's
I love it.
One of those Secret Santa type things,
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Have you ever done, we had a white elephant exchange the other day at work. I didn't I had to go cover practice. I couldn't be there. You ever do one of those things where you got to?
Oh, our family does one every year.
You like it?
Yeah, I think it's fun.
John Fina joining us here, Broncos and Chargers. John, where can everybody find all the work that you're doing right now?
Well, I'll tell you, if you want to follow me on Twitter, I engage, I have fun.
Yep, he does.
Don't take any offense. I keep it light. I'm at John Fina on Twitter, at John Fina 70 on Instagram. And please come check out my shows. Go to Overreaction Buffalo on YouTube. We have a slate of shows. We have a post-game show on Sunday night. We're one of the only groups that does it. Jerry Ostrowski, former player, Joe Miller, and me. Sometimes it's a bit of a carousel of who's able to make it. due to conflicts, personal. And then Monday night, come to the Off Tackle with John Fina show. I'm going to put up film and I'm going to show you and talk to you about technique, about philosophy, why a play works, and we dig into the details a little bit. And Jerry's show is, of course, Thursday night with the Big O show. Looking forward to our next opponent. So right now, 30 minutes from now, Jerry's going to be breaking down the Patriots. Joe Miller on Wednesday night does the Hump Day Hotline with Jay Spence the King. And Joe's got a cool show on Mondays he does on his own, too. I'm not going to tell you the name because you're going to Overreaction Buffalo to check it out.
Yeah, for sure. Joe Miller Wired. He does a great job. All you guys do over there. So thank you very much. All friends of the show. John, be well, man. Thanks. Great to see you. I'm sure we're going to see you again soon, my man.
Hey, before we get out of here, most learned guy, great guy, Sal Capaccio. Love you, man. You've always been so nice to me. And I want to know, who am I supposed to root for? The ugly uniforms or the Broncos? I don't know.
I think whoever you would rather the Bills play, root for them to lose. How about that?
Whoever I want them to play?
Yeah. Would you rather face the Chargers or Broncos in round 1 of the playoffs?
Well, that's what I'm saying. I can't decide. So who
I think maybe Chargers. I don't know if they could score enough with the Bills. And this kid, man, this Bo Nix kid, I think Sean McDermott would do a good job against him, but they can be a little bit explosive, and they have very good offensive line and a good pass rush.
And hell of a defense.
Yeah, for sure. 100%. No doubt about it. And by the way, Steve Noble in the chat says, John, I live in Tennessee, but had the opportunity to meet a friend of yours this weekend, Joe Green. We had an epic time in PA. Great guy. So,
oh, yeah, that's Joe Green from the barbecue store in Buffalo. Big Bear Barbecue. He actually went down there and took second place in a steak competition. And he sponsored our show for a little while. So it's the only dedicated barbecue shop in Buffalo. So
that's a dedicated barbecue shop. That's awesome.
Yeah, go check it out.
All right. Listen, man, thank you very much for joining us. I got to get to our other guest here, Kingsley Jonathan. Be well, my man. Much love to you. Merry Christmas.
Much love. Take care. Go Bills.
There you go. All right, we are going to welcome in just a second Bills defensive end Kingsley Jonathan. Let me remind everybody real quickly again, Sports City Pizza Pub, 1407 Niagara Street. Go there for all the games. We got college football, NFL, everything going on this weekend. Of course, Buffalogo, buffalogo.com. Check it out. They have amazing new 5-Pete t-shirts. Let's throw one. I'm going to throw one of them up. I'll do it here. Give me 1 second, Colin. Check this out right there. Look at that. The 5-Pete now available. Buffalogo.com. All right. You can wear that if you want to go to Sports City Pizza Pub this Saturday, or you can wear an ugly sweater. $10 to get in. Get you discounted drinks, a raffle to the grand prize giveaway. SportsCityPizzaPub.com. And how about the Josh Allen and others private signing going on at TSC Buffalo, TSCBuffalo.com. Check them out right now, TSCBuffalo.com. Let's welcome in now our next guest. He is a proud Syracuse Orange man, and of course, Buffalo Bills defensive end Kingsley Jonathan. Kingsley, what's going on, man? Thanks for joining me.
Yo. Thank you guys for having me, man. How you doing?
Yeah, you got it. I'm good. Hey, what's the setup when you watch Thursday night football?
I'm just here on the couch, relaxing. Okay. Got into Normatec boots, got my recovery done. Usually be watching it while I'm doing it, but I got that done earlier, so just turn on the game and just watch some football. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. What was today like for you? Tell me what happens. I think what I'd really like, someone asked me the other day, it'd be great to have somebody on who's on a practice squad to kind of get some insight. You have a lot of experience, both the active roster, the practice squad throughout your career. What is the day like in the life of a practice squad defensive end in the NFL?
Every week is usually the same. Like, they do a really good job in keeping it consistent in that aspect, because every week I go into the week preparing like I'm playing. So I carry the same mindset and watching film, preparing, because we usually get, knock on wood, we usually get Victory Monday. Yeah. So Victory Monday, use that to relax, get your legs back under you. Tuesday, go in the facility. Monday, Tuesday too, go and get some lifting, get some body work done, recovery stuff. Usually start watching film on the opponent on Tuesday, know what they're doing, the big boulders of their offense, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Before you go in on Wednesday, then we have our first big practice. You get more introduction on the team and all that. Same as Thursday, we focus on different aspects. Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday is like Fast Friday for us. So a little lighter on our legs, but still working on little things like red zone, third down, things like that. So they set it up very, consistent. So we expect the same thing every week. So it's not something different.
So last year, I remember the story last year before you guys played the Raiders. You acted as Max Crosby to prepare the offense, and everybody's just glowingly said, "Oh my God, Kingsley was amazing. He was Max Crosby in practice." Like, when does that start to take shape? Does someone come to you and say, "Hey, you're Max Crosby in practice this week, and you got to go study his moves"? How does that work?
It's usually on I would be like on a Wednesday. On a Wednesday before practice, we watch a little film of their defense so we can give the offense a look.
Yep.
And they tell me, "Hey, you're this week. You're this week." But I've been watching. I watch a whole lot of pass rushers like that. Study them. So I didn't need to watch any extra film of Max Crosby to
Yeah.
show them what he does. So really, the only thing I just did is just usually what I do, just get off the ball, be disruptive, rush the passer, relentless effort. So that's most of the things that I do consistently. So I just turn it up a little bit up for them, so they get a better look, and keeping everybody
Right.
safe at the same time. So
No doubt, no doubt. How's the body feel this time of year, man? I mean, we've gone like
it's
gone
feeling
14 games
it's
here.
feeling pretty good. As long as you can get your recovery in, get some rest in, still go out there and perform and like give the guys a look, whatever the team needs. I can't complain. I'm feeling pretty good.
Gus Edwards, by the way, everybody just punched it in for the Chargers. They're an extra point away from tying it up here on the watch party. We're watching football here
Yeah,
together tonight. About
they
4 minutes
just did.
left in the first quarter. So Gus Edwards at 7-7. Do you look, I know you guys got to take it one game at a time. I know that you just, you'll worry about who you're playing when you worry about it, but you know the situation. These teams are vying to play you guys. So do you watch the game at all with an angle like that? Maybe you can learn something saying, hey, we could see these guys down the road.
Possibly, because I usually just watch, not just watch, but I watch a lot of, if it's possible, we're gonna play them, watch their offensive
Yep.
line, what they do, some of their tendencies here and there, pick up a little something here and there. But I'm not watching it to say, okay, I'm about to go play these people tomorrow. It's just little things that I can pick up, that can't hurt.
I know a lot of people know your story, but for those who aren't familiar, you grew up in Nigeria. And what was your exposure at all to American football became before you came to the United States?
I would say nil, none whatsoever till I got to United States. I believe that was 2014,
Mhm. And
right?
then I think
Yeah,
so.
2014. It's been 10. This year is gonna make it 10 years. Actually,
Okay. Wow.
December December 14 this year makes it 10 years I've been in the United States. So um a year or so after I got to the United States was when I got first introduced to American football.
Did
Uh,
someone come to you and say, dude, you look at you, you'd make a really good football player? Or did you see the game and say, I think that's something I would like? How did that happen?
I played soccer all my life. I played basketball all my life, so I really love both those sports. I thought I was
Mhm.
going to come to the United States and make it to the NBA and whatnot, but that didn't pan out. But um, I got a coach talked to me and was telling me, um, you know, basketball, you only get 12 players in the court, 12 players on the team, it's so limited spaces. In football, you get, if you go to college, it's like 100 really, or 80 full scholarship or so. So if you want to go to college, a better chance of going to college and a full scholarship, I think you should try this football thing now. You know what I'm saying? So
And
um,
then why Syracuse? You attended Syracuse. You went to Syracuse University, proud Orange.
yeah.
Why Syracuse? Because I mean, you're in
um, I,
Maryland. I mean, you got a lot of great football up and down the East Coast.
yeah.
So you probably had your choice to go some places. Why Syracuse?
Syracuse just stuck with me for the longest. They when I started playing, they always stayed in touch. And also, I had a family friend that worked up there, JB Gerald.
Hmm.
He was in the recruiting up there, and he convinced me to come up and check it out. So, and they always showed love. Dino Babers was awesome,
I love that.
and the kind of man he is, teaching players to be men first before football players, was very important, and part of who I am today. So I asked myself, why not Syracuse? That was the big question. I'm like, why not? So I took advantage, prayed about it, talked to parents about it, and just went with it.
I don't know if it was still there or not, but I was a DJ at Maggie's on the Hill at Syracuse for a little while. It was
Oh wow.
it was a spot. It was a spot. It was right there around the corner. You had 44s and Fagans and all those, and there's a little
Yeah.
spot called
I know you had
Maggie's
some
on the Hill.
DJ background there,
There you
Sal.
go, man. I just love being around the action, man. No doubt. Did you wear 2 numbers? Because I got this. Look at this. This is 57
Mm-hmm.
right here, and then this is 9. And what's up with that? Like,
Yeah.
did you change
When
numbers?
I did when I first got in, they gave me 57. I really
Okay.
like 57, but
Yeah.
I believe my last 2 years, I was like, you know what, I need something different, because I'm getting changing as a player, changing as a person, growing, being a better rusher, being a better run stopper, being a defensive lineman. I just needed something new and something, and I like the number 9, so I changed it up a little bit.
All right. So you follow the program now. I know for those who don't know, Kingsley and we like to talk Syracuse a little bit when I see him in the locker room, and we kind of give a little fist bump when they win. And, I know he's a very proud Syracuse alum. What Fran Brown is doing is pretty special, it seems like, over there, Kingsley.
Mm-hmm.
We have a lot of people tuned in right now. By the way, over 2,100, almost 2,200 live viewers right now, Kingsley, just to see you.
Ooh,
and I know we got a lot of Orange fans out there, and they're really excited about the future. And what do you see in Fran Brown and what he's building there?
The sky's the limit, I believe. The kind of man he is. I was able to speak with him on one occasion when I went back for the spring game. Just talking to him, like he sounds like kind of man that is going to tell you as it is. Tell you it's black or white. No gray area about it. So, and the way he's able to talk to this young man and give them the best of what Syracuse has to offer. It's hard to sell Syracuse to somebody from Florida or somebody from Texas or places like that. They're used to that heat, but he does a great job of recruiting like around here. So there's no eastern parts like Philly, Pennsylvania, New York kids. Just the kind of man that he is in that aspect. I believe the sky's the limit for Syracuse football. So they're going to keep growing. They're going to keep progressing.
And they're going to play a Washington State team that's got nobody left. Like everybody left at Washington State. Like the coach is gone. Yeah. They're going to have they're going to have walk-ons playing. I mean, honestly, like they should hopefully, really beat this team pretty well because Syracuse has everybody. Even Kyle McCord is going to be playing in the game. Mm-hmm. We'll see, but hopefully in the Holiday Bowl, which is pretty cool in San Diego. And of course, your team, the Buffalo Bills, this Sunday take on the New England Patriots. Drake May looks like a nice little young quarterback here that they have. What do you see from him on film?
Oh yeah, he's a very physical runner, very physical thrower too. Physical guy. He's a big guy, 6'4", 230. Knows how to make plays with his feet, extend plays out of the pocket, in the pocket. So we just gotta do a good job in just making sure we keep him in front of us because he knows how to get around. He knows how to extend plays. So. That's what he does really, really well. Also, he knows how to take those deep shots. So we just gotta come to play,
Yeah, no doubt about it. And of course, the quarterback on your side, he's having a pretty special year. I mean, just tell us a little bit about Josh, as a teammate. We see him and all the great things that he does on the football field. And, fans don't get a chance to get to know him even like I do, but mostly obviously like you do as a teammate. Mm-hmm. What about Josh Allen as a person, as a teammate to be around even with all those accolades coming his way?
If you didn't know who he was and you were just around him, you wouldn't even know what was going on with him. You know what I'm saying? So he's that kind of guy. Like,
Kingsley, I think you froze there, buddy. Look, hopefully we get you.
There you go.
Oh, we got you. Go ahead. You froze for a second. You're good now. Go ahead.
So I'm like, you just threw for how many 1,000 yards and did all this and pitch and freaking hook and lather to win the in the snow game, and it's just like you see him the next day, it's just like back to normal. You know what I'm saying? So he's also awesome guy, man. Great guy in the locker room. Great friend. He always invites guys to his house. And he's just a great person to talk to. Get to know and just I can't say enough good things about him.
Who's your guy? Who's your guy in the D line that you're closest with? Like, if there's a guy in the D line you hang with the most.
I'm close with a lot of guys, all the guys. We're all close, but some of my guys are Greg, AJ, because we both defensive ends. So we spend a lot more times together. But we're all cool with each other. We all have dinner once a week together. get together, go to each other's houses, hang out, play the game together, things like that. So we keep a close knit group, and everybody's cool. There's no big egos but everybody there wants to win. So that's the biggest thing. Everybody there wants to get better. Everybody there is hoping to help in the next person. I have no issue whatsoever giving advice to the rookies, to anybody,
Yeah.
and same with anybody else there. Like when I got there, Vaughn looked out for me. He taught me a lot of things here and there. Greg did, AJ did. So it's just right for me to do the same thing for Lil Vaughn. So
Little Von, is that what you call Javon Solomon? That's awesome. I
yeah,
love that.
because there's two Vaughns in the room, so there's
Yeah,
the
I
Lil
love
Vaughn.
that.
So it's just like everybody being there for each other, being one tight knit group. Yeah.
I appreciate that. Before I let you go, hey, Max, my son is here. Max, grab me that Syracuse helmet. I got to show you the Syracuse helmet I have that someone gave me a while ago. I think this is things from like when Joe Morris played in the 1980s here, Javon,
Wow.
Kingsley. All right, hold on. Here we go. Max, my son Max going to grab me this. I left it over here. Here we go. Check this one out. This is a.
Oh, wow. That's the OG right there.
I know, right? Oh, look at that.
I know. I see it.
That's amazing.
Oh yeah, that's the bucket. That's the bucket hat right there.
I think Donovan McNabb wore this helmet. Kingsley.
I know that's the bucket hat. I don't think you can wear that to practice anymore.
I don't think you can anymore either. No doubt about it. No doubt about it. Hey, Kingsley, thank you so much, man. Continued success. Really, really enjoy getting to know you. And I'll just tell everybody out there, Kingsley's also anytime you need to, turn to somebody, talk about football, he's there for us in the locker room. You're one of the good guys. You guys are all great, but I really appreciate your kindness to all of the reporters, not just me. And it just means a lot to us to have those relationships. So thank you so much, man.
Thank you so much, Al. It's always been awesome having somebody from Syracuse to relate to. It was easier for me to transition coming in from Syracuse because you had people like you guys, around and just like looking out and whatnot. So
and now you got Carl Jones too, who played there, right?
Oh,
you and Carl were teammates.
Carl is always awesome. I played with him too for a few years, and coming down here and seeing him too was also great. Also seeing him in the locker room, it feels like we're back to Syracuse days. You know what I'm saying? So
no doubt. Well, listen, I know you got practice tomorrow. We'll catch up this weekend. Merry Christmas to you, your family, and everybody else. Thanks a lot, man.
All right, Merry Christmas, you guys. Thank you guys for tuning in, baby.
All right, you got it. That is Kingsley Jonathan, Buffalo Bills defensive end. All right, it is time right now, ladies and gentlemen, for the giveaway. Here it is, the Keon Coleman signed helmet from TSE Buffalo. Go to tsebuffalo.com. You're not going to believe all the stuff they have. It's unbelievable. We have they have mini helmets and memorabilia and frames, 80% off of new frames. Actually, 80% off everything in store. Select items, I should say, this weekend. New framed items. They're open 9 to 3 on Saturday. Check them out, 3170 Orchard Park Road. All right, we're going to play. Here's how it's going to work. I'm going to give you a trivia question, okay? And when I throw the trivia question up, I will read it. The first person who answers it in the comments correctly, okay, and that's going to be judged by Colin Ritchie, my producer, is going to win the mini helmet, and then we'll figure out how we get it to that person. All right, here it is. Here's the question. I will throw it up on the screen. You can then answer. In the 2011 Bills win over the New England Patriots, who led the Bills in receiving yards that game? In the 2011 Bills win over the Patriots, who led the Bills in receiving yards in that game? If you get this right, you will win the Keon Coleman signed mini helmet. If you're the first person to get this right, okay? We're going to have we're just going to keep going until we see the right answer. And we already have a couple of the same answer that is not correct. All right. Here we go. Oh, somebody, there it is. I think I see it. You got it there, Colin, right? You see what I'm talking about? Colin, I'll bring you in. All right, hold on. Here we go, Colin. Bring you in. You see that person there? Who is that? Did Damien get this? Oh, I can't hear you. Right, you're muted. There you go. Wait, hold on. There you go, buddy. Go ahead.
Yes, Donald Jones, the correct answer for that game from 2011. Stevie was second. He was close, but Donald Jones is the answer.
Donald Jones is the answer. So Damien Saracina. So by the way, Donald Jones had over 100 yards receiving. It was not Stevie Johnson. It was not Fred Jackson. Lee Evans was a little bit before that. So sorry, everybody who said that as well. Wes Welker did have the most receiving yards in that game, Bella, but not for the Buffalo Bills. So thank you for all the Peerless Price a long time ago. Fred Jackson, Lee Evans, Stevie Johnson. Thank you very much. Donald Jones. We had Will, you were very close. You were right after Damien, who won this. So Damien, here's what I'm going to ask you to do. Okay. If you're comfortable with it, put your email in the chat right now. Okay. And Colin will copy it and then he'll delete it real quick. So, so you can put your email in the chat right now. Colin will copy it and then you will be able to go there with that. If you're not comfortable with it, that's fine. You can always email me, but I think that might be a little bit tougher to do. So congrats, Damien. All right. Put the email in the chat if you can, and email to reach you. Let us know if you're okay with that. If not, we can figure out another way. In the meantime, again, thanks a lot to Sports City Pizza Pub, 1407 Niagara Street, doing a great job with all the games on, the pizza, the wings, everything else. Great. All right. Let's see if we can get Damien to chime in here with his email there. He's going to hopefully do that. Sports City Pizza Pub, go on Saturday. You got the Ugly Sweater Party, $10 to get in, get you a raffle ticket. All right. Lots of great specials going on. I'll be there on Saturday at some point. Come on in for some pizza and wings. buffalogo.com. All right. Damien, by the way, if you don't feel comfortable there, maybe you can tweet at me or something like that. There we go. There you go, Damien. Oh, I don't have Damien's email there. Did he get it? Damien, make sure you put your email in there. All right. Or if you want, you can email me. I'm going to have to give my Cell Sports Media email. I'll have to give you that one, and I have to grab exactly what that is because I only usually check it. So, Damien, throw your email up there, and hopefully, we can get that for you from Colin. TSEbuffalo.com, of course. Like we said, all of your memorabilia, everything they have going on there at 3170 Orchard Park Road. We really appreciate that as well. Okay, what is the email I can get? You can get me at Cell Sports. We can try and figure that out for you too, Damien. So I want to stay on here with you, Damien, just for a second. We'll kind of wrap things up. Thanks, everybody. By the way, do we have a scoring? Do we have a score here? Denver Broncos scored, and they are now up 13-7. How did they score? This is looks like a little run play near the goal line. Okay, run play near the goal line there. All right, so Damien, what you could do is, here we go. You can email me at salsportsmedia@gmail.com. All right, here we go. salsportsmedia I'm going to put this in gmail.com. So if you want to do that, all right, instead of us emailing you, there you go. Sal at salsportsmedia. There you go, at gmail.com. So there you go. Damien, you can email us and get me your information, and I'll pass that along, and we'll get this out to you. And I think the other one that can work is salsportsmedia@yahoo.com as well. But I'll make sure. But try the Gmail one first. Folks, we just set up this company and these emails and things like that for these shows. So that's why it's a little bit, that's why I'm trying to go through this the best I can. All right. Thanks a lot to Colin Ritchie. Colin, I don't have Damien. I don't know if you got in touch with Damien any possible way here, but we'll try and figure it out.
Yeah, no, I've not seen anything from Damien, but okay. I will keep monitoring the chat. And then, yeah, Broncos just took a 14-7 lead. They look really good right now.
Ooh, they do. I know. Again, I think it's a little scary. I'd rather play the Chargers if I'm the Bills, but we'll see exactly how this unfolds tonight. Congratulations to Damien. Thanks a lot. Congratulations. Thank you, I should say, to Kingsley Jonathan, to John Fina for joining me here at Sal's house, the Thursday Night Football watch party. All right, we're going to try and do this again. I guess next week will be the 26th, but keep an eye out. If you don't see it live, we're still going to be doing more Sal's houses, especially before the end of the year. Thanks a lot to all of our sponsors, Sports City Pizza Pub, Buffalo, TSE Sports, and all of you. Thank you very much. Colin, have a great night, buddy. Merry Christmas to you as well.
Merry Christmas, everyone. Go Bills.
All right. Merry Christmas, everybody. Thank you very much for joining us at the Sal's House Thursday Night Football watch party.